how boring, focused work can help you get the skills you want to get. Coach Barrick here, Equity Podcast, giving you tools to be fit for life. When people start at the gym, they're bored. That's one of the main reasons that people get started, or they're not seeing results. And the reason they're not seeing results is because they're bored of doing the same workout all the time, so they're not consistent. So one of the benefits of group training the way that we train, is that we keep it varied. We change the movements, we change the workout styles, we change the domains, and it keeps it fun, it keeps it exciting, it keeps it, your body's always guessing. And in turn, we stay more consistent. This is looking at more of a long-term approach to health and fitness. I don't care if you're fitter in a month, I care if you're fitter in 5 years. If we start thinking about decades, we start thinking about, hey, how am I going to be living my life in my 90s? Consistency is much more important than intensity. It's much more important than any one specific movement. So that's why people start with us. Not seeing results, they're bored. And then we start getting into all these different movements. And two of the big movements that we see all the time that people really want to get is a strict pull-up and a push-up. You see that all the time, doing group classes for a month or 2, 3 months, and they come back, man, I'd really love to get a pull-up or a push-up. And that can happen during group class. It's just going to take a lot of time. It's going to take time. If we want to get that movement quicker, we need to be more focused. And this is the weird part. This is the counterintuitive part. If we want to get something in the short term and then we can maintain it later, we need focused, boring work. So exactly why one of the reasons that we start group classes is one of the things that we need to do in order to get to where we want to get. Now, not all the time. If getting a pull-up or getting that skill isn't a huge deal, that's fine. But if it's something that you really want to do, it's something that you want, that you strive for, it's one of your goals, then we need to add some boring, focused work on that. You need to be consistent in that focused, boring work. So that's why doing group classes and then adding a little bit of focused work on the side can be really helpful. Now, we're not trying to do 2-a-days, but if I'm doing class 3 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week, 3 to 5 days a week, and then I spend an extra half an hour twice a week working on that specific skill, I'm going to get there a lot faster. I'm going to get to that skill a lot faster. And if we can stay with that consistency, we're going to get that skill. Consistent, focused work is how we get a new skill. It can't just be once every 2 weeks. Like, eventually you can get it, but it's going to take much longer. If we can really nail down, work on that skill 2 to 3 times a week for 4 to 12 weeks, we can make a lot of progress. And that's what we need to do. Consistent, focused, boring work to work on that. So strict gymnastic work, right? Strict or the Olympic lifts, running, right? Any of those things, any one particular thing that you want to get better at, double unders, rowing technique, any of the skill work, having some focused time in that can be really, really beneficial. Obviously, you're going to get all that coaching in group class. Like I said, if we want to expedite that, consistent, focused, boring work. Now, that can be a lot. It's easier said than done. There's 3 options to kind of, where do I go from this? All right, hey, I know this is what I want to get, Barrick. I want to get this one thing, this 2 things. Try and focus on one, then move to the next one. I want to get this one thing. Step one is to start doing that thing more often, whatever it is, or do a version of that thing. Do what you do in class, do a little bit extra work, right? Just do that thing kind of on your own. When you're working in a group class, be mindful of how the workouts you're doing might help you do that. Hey, I can do kipping pull-ups, but I want to be able to do 5 strict. So whenever pull-ups come up, I'm going to work on my strict pull-ups or some kind of strict pulling. So adjusting that class and then doing a little extra work on your own. It's a perfectly good way to do that. The next one is get a program from us. Hey, I'm looking for upper body strength so I can work on my gymnastic work. We have a upper body strength program. If you're interested in that, just comment below and I'll send it to you. It's free. Um, it's a sheet of all the exercises, has videos of all the exercises, it has a little log book as well. Shoot us a message and I'll send it to you for free. And just follow that, but you have to be consistent. The last part is accountability. Actually, it's kind of for accountability. And there's 2 ways to get that accountability. The first one is individual design. So we have coaches that'll give you, hey, this is what we want you to do for the group classes. Here's some accessory work to do to work on your very specific thing. And then also the other one is to get personal training. Man, I lost my ability to link toes to bar. I really need to get that back. Well, spending an extra half an hour with a coach can really help accelerate that program. We can kind of give you some cues during class and help you with that. But if you just want one-on-one attention to help get that done, you can get that. So individual design is like ongoing programming and specific to you. Where in personal training might be just, hey, I need to clean up that technique a little bit. All right. So wrapping this up, if you're looking to gain a specific skill or gain specific capacity in some way, doing some boring focus work paired with your group classes is going to get you there faster. And then once you get that skill, then we can maintain it by just doing those movements in the group class. Right? I had strict pull-ups once I got that. Now I just have them and we do them in class from time to time, so I'm good to go. All right. If you think this might help somebody, please share it with them. Our goal is to have more happy, healthy people in the world, and doing some focused, boring work can help us do that. Thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule. Cheers.